Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. How are we all doing today? Sound check as usual. Today we're going to be running on the Great Western Express route. Classic. Everything should be running smoothly today. We had some hiccups. We had a few hiccups the last time we went on a run. Hopefully everything's good today. So as usual, we'll be doing our journey modes. We could do the Diesel Legend pack. However, I think we will leave that for another time. So we'll begin chapter 4 today, and we'll be driving 1 Charlie 22 or 1 Charlie 22. Which is a HST class 43 service, and we'll be driving as far as Reading, Paddington to Reading. Should be about 35 minutes, I believe. Yep. Right, let's get this bad boy started. Let's put it in neutral for now. Turn DSD on, turn AWS on, class 166 just putting in on the platform down the way. We'll have our night running lights by the looks of things. Definitely in the winter season. I think we're good to go. Take the train brake all the way down. We'll rev it up as the brake cylinder pressure goes down. And we'll be ready to move. Take it up to notch 5 just for the drama. Yeah, I need some volume for this one. Sounds amazing. Sounds absolutely incredible. Not to mention, we have this beautiful first Great Western livery, which, if you didn't know, isn't necessarily a mod. It is in the game files, as it was initially intended to be released with the DLC itself. But unfortunately, I believe due to some licensing issues, something fell through. And so after the whole design process was done, they had to unfortunately remove it. But fortunately for us, it was never removed from the game files. So with a few tweaks here and there, which you kind of do require a mod for, we've been able to get this up and running. Yeah, with the underground lines running adjacent to us right now. So this we will be running non-stop all the way through to Reading. Our first stop, well, our first and only stop is going to be Reading. should be a fairly simple journey. Let's actually turn the instrument lights on. There we go. Now it's iconic. If it wasn't iconic before, it's definitely iconic now. So yeah, as I was saying, should be a fairly simple run, more or less. Should be green signals all the way. Should be green signals on all the way, and visibility is fairly decent. It's all clear. Getting dark, but I think we'll be alright between now and Reading. Well, I think by the time we get there, it will be significantly darker. I hope we do see a fair bit of AI on the routes coming the opposing way, both HSTs and 166s. And hopefully we don't get held up by any class 166s. But I wouldn't mind. But I believe they take a different line to the HST anyway. They're on the slow lines, which should be to our right, or which is to our right. We have one already to the side of us in the sidings parked. So we have two actually, two class 166s. We have the train bath to our right as well. We have all the sheds. We're in notch 5 now, so we're giving it everything. Max line speed for today will be 125 miles per hour. Which I believe is the highest in the UK anyway. Am I wrong? No, I think the 395 goes a little quicker. Feel free to correct me. But I do believe the 395 goes a little quicker than that. At least just between... so you have 166 already, which is good in service. I know it goes off AC power between Ebbsfleet International and St. Pancras. So we've just gone past the speedboard for 125. A beautiful train, shame to see it go. I believe the last one was taken out of service in 2019, if I'm not mistaken. Again, I stand to be corrected, but I'm pretty sure it's 2019. I remember it was 2020. I remember reading about it pretty recently and feeling pretty bummed that I had just missed out, basically. I've never actually got to ride one of these, unfortunately. And I think if I knew they were being taken out of service, I'd definitely have made the extra steps necessary to embark on one. I mean, I don't think it was the easiest thing in the world to do with COVID being around, but hey ho. And if you're here, don't be shy. Feel free to request any route that you'd like to see, any particular loco you'd like to see. Slowly climbing away. Currently on a slight gradient, but we're definitely moving. One thing that was so well done in a lot of the routes and in Train Sim World 2020, which is the predecessor to this one, was that there was a lot of noise coming from the track. There's a lot of track noise, whether it was the joints in the track, whether it was just the general, you know, at the end of the day, you're driving a very heavy loco on the route, and you know, it's very different to, for example, a 377, where even with a 12 car, let's say a 12 car service, you still won't really feel tracks underneath you. You're not really putting strain on them, whereas with something like this you are, and it allowed you to feel that, you know, you were driving something of a particular magnitude. And unfortunately, you just don't have the same quality on in TSW2 as we did back then. You know, you can drive a freight train. I think the Class 6 isn't too bad, but then that could possibly be because it was ported over with this particular route. But you have the German ones, for example, and there's just no drama. You know, for a God knows how many hundreds of tons of metal, you know, on the tracks, you might as well be gliding. So I think, yes, we're lacking in terms of, you know, the skybox, and I mean, I really wouldn't say anything else is too lacking in terms of the route itself, but we have the drama of the HST. You know, and I do think genuinely that's because it's been imported over from the first Train Sim World, which is weird to say, but yeah, this just feels like, you know, you're going, you know, you feel that you're putting strain on the tracks. It just adds to the immersion. I know it's a very, very small thing in the grand scheme of things, but overall it really, really adds to the immersion. Right, full on 125 miles an hour. Beautiful First Great Western livery. We love to see it. We love to see it. Standing on the platform as one of these whizzed by you, I imagine it must have been astounding. I mean, I've heard from, you know, people who are lucky enough to experience it, when one of these would be leaving Paddington, it would be like a thunderstorm, and especially if you had two leaving the same time. I think it had to happen at King's Cross quite often. It was ridiculous. Maybe one day they'll be brought back for rail tours. Like I said, if I knew that they were going, if I knew that they were being taken out of service, I would have done everything in my power to make sure I experienced it. Cutting through Slough now, I believe. Lovely bit of curb sway as well. And as much as there is quite a bit of curb sway here, I'm led to believe that it was a very, very, very luxurious and comfortable ride for passengers. Something that the replacement for the HSTs, the IETs, fails at, unfortunately. Especially if you sit where the wheels are, if you sit by the axles, you're going to be in for a very, very, very bumpy ride. It's been a long while since I've last played this route. The AI seems, the AI traffic seems decent. Of course, it would be nice to see more trains than what we already seeing, but it's definitely better than what we've seen some of the other routes that we've played. But it has to be one of the all-time greatest, you know. Feel free to air your opinions, but yeah, this is one of the all-time greats for sure. And I've just had to turn the background music up a little because the roar of this train is drowning out everything else. So if the music's a little too loud, please let me know. We can adjust that. I'll adjust it now actually. I don't know how noticeable it is on stream, but there is a fair bit of audio cutouts. But to be fair, I really, you know, I think I'm just nitpicking at this point. And we're very fortunate to be passing a Class 66 with some cargo. I think the 66 on this route tops out at 60, I think. So not bad in the grand scheme of things, but when you're comparing it to 125, yeah, it's not keeping up. It's not keeping up. Completely missed the 95 speedboard. Which I should have seen coming, considering we're only a mile away now from Reading. Should make the 61 though. With ease, with ease. Single yellow aspect coming up for the red that we're going to have. Well, I expect to have it at the end of Reading Station. Yeah. I feel like that was pretty quick. Oh, we were going to be about 6 minutes early, so yes. I don't know whether we were meant to be held up at any point. Because that is very, very early. But by no means is that a complaint. It was a brilliant run nonetheless. The beautifully modelled Reading Station. I think that was alright. I thought that was pretty decent. Other than the overspeed a little towards the end. Would love to take this train the whole way. Would absolutely love to. I do wonder if there is a route on Train Simulator that has the full-length route. The HSD in this game is an absolute joy to drive. No matter the conditions. I think there was a scenario on the one of the journey modes, one of the early journey modes, where I think there was some sort of issue. I think Ealing Broadway was closed, and it was Christmas, so there was a lot of snow, and you had to route this train, the Class 43, into a siding. Switch over, pull it back out. There was a lot of speed changes, a lot of braking, and you know, for the conditions, the ice and snow, I feel like it done very, very, very well. So next up we have a scenario in Dragline. Let's see if we can learn a little more before we go there. So a HSD has been taken out of service at Reading due to technical issues. With passengers disembarked, the train needs hauling back to Old Oak Common for repairs. Okay, so by the looks of things, we're going to be pulling a HSD using a Class 86. This is going to be interesting. Let's see how this turns out.
London has developed a fault and terminated here at Reading. The train needs to be towed back to the Old Oak Common for repairs. We've caught you off your break since the driver of this rescue move. A Class 66 has been brought out of Reading Depot, just to the west. Meet the locomotive when it arrives in the station.
Alright, let's do this. So, should be picking up a Class 66 from platform 14. I haven't driven a 66 in a while, so this is due to be good. I think I can see it pulling in. Well, I can't see it pull it in, but I do see it. It's looking like a very busy Reading station. We'll take the stairs. 166 pulling in, as well as HST over there. And they have more or less the full GWR map. And now we just wait. So I wonder if we're going to be pulling that one there, or if there's another one behind it, because actually no, it should be that one, because as we were going over the bridge I noticed the HST coming in, and so I was thinking it could be that one, but I remembered it had the GWR livery, which could be, yeah, probably is that one that I saw. And the 66 is on its way. And they have a 166 over there. It's looking very good for traffic. Looking very, very good for traffic. Wouldn't be the worst spot in the world, I think, for rail fanning. Would just be a shame that we wouldn't get to see any high-speed flybys. I think all the services, if I'm not mistaken, stopped at all the HST services stop at Reading. We have another 166 creeping in behind us. Very impressive timetable, I will say. Very impressive timetable. So I think this 166 will let us, I think we have priority signal, or not.
Thanks for helping us on this job. You need to get that locomotive over to the failed HST and hook it up. Head out to the Kennet Bridge Loop, and then you'll get a path back into Reading Station.
Right, we've got AWS on. DSD is on also. Put that forward. We can turn cab lights off, I think. It makes for a nice ambiance. I think, other than that, we should be good. That's all good. I think we'll turn the high speed on as well. Let some fresh air into the cabin. Let's release the brakes. There we go. That should be good. Alright, double yellow aspect. we'll be good to go, assuming there is a single yellow aspect up ahead. Let's make sure this is all cut in. Perfect. All right. Let's get moving. Stopping at the Kennet Bridge loop. I love this DB livery. The 66 on the East Coastway route is actually the first time on here driving a locomotive with independent brakes. Quite the learning curve. Definitely enjoyable though. I expect to be limited to 60. Yep. We have 40 coming up anyway as we enter the loop. So we'll hold that for now. Hello, Golden Pants. I'm having fun indeed. I am. Welcome to the stream. How you doing? I feel like it's pretty difficult not to have fun on Great Western Express, if we're being honest. It's one of the better routes. That should slow us down enough. Supposed to be a good little while back, but we'll be alright. Honestly, Golden Pants, I'd say go for it. As you know, this is one of the routes that has been ported over from the first Train Sim World, Train Sim World 2020. So it wasn't created for this Train Sim World 2. However, in my opinion, it's arguably better than a lot of the routes that were created for Train Sim World 2. I think this is one of the routes where I wouldn't even have to sort of think or consider telling someone to get it. I would strongly recommend it. I'm very well, thank you. Right, let's put her back into neutral. Turn the master key off as instructed. And now I'm assuming we will head over to the other side and head back towards Reading. I'll turn these off just in case they cause us some issues. I think that's all. I messed with. Close that door and let's head over to the other side. Alright, so master key in, put that into forwards, let us sort out our lights. So we'll do daytime, still quite light outside. Turn the tail lights on, we'll leave the cab lights on for now. We'll turn the high speed on, let some fresh air into the cabin. We'll release the brakes. Oh, we definitely need to turn the gauge lights on. Instrument lights on. There we go. We do have a red signal aspect ahead of us. Let's get clearance for that. Denied. So I'm assuming we should have a train pass us by very soon. We'll approach it very slowly, very carefully. I love the fact that it actually tells you the signal code as well. So the one we'll be stopping at later, close, well, should be at Reading to be fair. 1 Tango 6 8